Peace be with you and welcome to Spiritual Court. If you're new, guess what? That's good. I'm happy you're here. I feel like we're just reconnecting. I feel like I know you, you know me, and maybe that's why you feel an immediate energy of familiarity. By way of this high frequency, I come in peace, love, and light. So I extend to you, Assalamu alaikum, shalom, paz, blessings, namaste to you wherever you are on this beautiful planet. If you're returning back, then you already know what it is. You are my beautiful, amazing soul tribe family. Come on in. I genuinely love y'all so freaking much. I was cleaning my house. High priestess. High priestess, your house gotta constantly be in order. A high priestess should never raise her voice in her house. And as I was in my house, just kind of singing, playing frequencies for my furniture and my walls and my plants and the trees around me, child, listen, I said, and I stopped while I was mopping. I said, I freaking love my soul tribe family. I'm so glad that you and I recognized each other's energetic spiritual fabric by way of signature. Yet again, we have already completed the job. Here's the gag. The devil doesn't know because the devil is in a native state of absolutely nothingness. It doesn't exist. We've already completed whatever the beautiful body of work is. So every morning that you get up, simply celebrate the fact that it is finished. That's what I heard in my mind's eye. And so I'm just going to come and keep it real. We're going to hold some space by way of love and light as we both channel this energy. Shout out to the people that flip their cards while they're watching the reading. I think that's phenomenal. I used to do that all the time. When I would watch like my favorite readers back in the day, it's been a minute, y'all. I would flip the cards when I was learning, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm flipping the same cards. That's how I knew who my people were. There's always a little coding. There's always a little sign, a number. You might be seeing 1144, a lot. Like every time you look at the clock, you see 144, which adds up to the number 9, which adds up to 2025. Is still the number 9. And if you take 9 and 9 and you get 18 and break it down to one single digit, 8 plus 1 is 9. Listen, I love y'all. Come on in. We've gone through a beautiful ascension. Beautiful ascension. Ooh, get ready. A surprise is coming. So somebody's going to reach out to you. Facts are coming out, okay? Where are the other cards here? Let me just see if I can tap in, okay? I just want to make sure I got an ample amount of cards. Holy Spirit, divine angels, thank you for hanging out with me all day, angels. I talk to my angels all day. I know they like, oh, she talks our ear off. Child, I'm always talking to the angels everywhere I go, everywhere I go. And sometimes, y'all, I got to get balanced, I go places and I can pick up on everybody's story. I remember when I was really ascending and or waking up like after 400,000 years. Some of y'all are ascended master gods. Okay. Remember, the enemy had only calculated 33 degrees. Some of you are from like 555 degrees of knowledge, parts of the galaxy that have yet to be explored. And then we have to remember in our 3D experience that we're sitting on a big ass rock, also known as planet Kai, planet Earth, planet Gaia, whatever you want to call her today. So I have to balance that out because I'll go places, child, and people's ancestors start talking to me. I start getting chills all over my body. I'm like, I am not about to read this lady at the Dollar Tree. Like, I need to take that hat off. Anyway, so as I was putting my house in order, I was thinking about my soul tribe. That's the long story short. I always got to give y'all the backstory to let you know what I'm out here doing in the real world, And then I seen a guy that had a spirit on him, and I'm just like, oh, spirit. Sometimes I just see everything, okay? Everything's in divine order, though, okay? There's many different timelines, but in reality, honestly, that too is an illusion. There's one timeline. If there were many different timelines, there's now just one frequency in this current energy, and it's very, very high frequency, okay? As we reflect back to nature, what it is that we want. I didn't shuffle these cards till I can't shuffle them no more. Let's just see what is going on. Hopefully that has allowed a lot of people to come into the chat. If what I'm saying resonates with you already, thumbs up this video. If you get halfway through the video and it doesn't resonate, take your thumbs up back, man, and do that shit with your whole soul. Do it with your chest, man. The jig is up. Okay, the jig is up. All that energetic signature faking and all that. Listen, this stuff is already finished. We've already completed it. Come on, Holy Spirit. So somebody's coming in with a fake offer. I feel like you walked away from them. This says, don't trust this person. It's a fake offer. This card came up in the reverse. I feel like that's literal. That is for somebody. Somebody's from New York and New Jersey, East Coast energy. Okay, so take that as it resonates. This says the jig is up. Okay, so you got people that believe that they're on some type of an assignment to stop something that has already been completed. I feel like that is what really woke us up to our destinies when we realized that somebody wanted our destiny. Right? That was an illusion. That was like a hoax. That was a lie. Like it was already finished. How you gonna take something that I've already like put my stamp of approval on? Like I'm coexisting, co-creating with source of all things, right? So destiny swapping energy, game over. Yeah, it's time for somebody to wake up and realize that they never ever had your destiny. Isn't that something? That your destiny is so radiant, so beautiful by way of you being an ascended master, that even under an illusion, somebody was able to live their best life, believing like wholeheartedly that they were you. Ain't that a blessing? You like, oh, if that's what you needed in order to be your best person, then go ahead then. Listen, I can't take it up. Because nobody is you and you are nobody, but we're all the same, like one and the same. But it's a very interesting reflection back and forth. It's like the divine is so amazing how no one thing is the same, but it's exactly the same. Is that making sense? What is up is really down. Okay, I just heard emerald tablets. Shout out to the people that have read and or listened to emerald tablets. I like to listen to it on Audible. It took me 10 minutes to listen to that, and I already knew what it was going to say. It's like it awakened some type of DNA coding within me. And I was pretty much finishing the sentences by way of whoever was narrating the book. I'm like, why do I feel like we wrote this book already? Because we did. We just put this book here in the 3D to remind us, hey, don't forget what you came to do. Listen, okay. The jig is up, okay? So somebody desperately needed to believe that they were you in order to be their best selves, whatever it takes, okay? But the jig is up. It's nothing like waking up from a dream state only to realize that you never really had what you thought you had. You're coming up as a Queen of Cups energy. You're coming up as a water energy, very emotional energy. Could be any water sign, could be any earth sign, could be a fire sign, could be an air sign. You've mastered your water. You got the Five of Pentacles, Taurus energy. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Why is that here? The jig is up. Game over. Big Taurus energy. Big Capricorn, Virgo energy. What's the Five of Pentacles? What's the Five of Pentacles? Judgment. Severe judgment. You never lost your destiny. What you were feeling was somebody else's illusions, that you weren't who you said that you were, or who the Most High said that you were. Or is trying to take your work or take something from you. You know, whenever you got people that are copycats, when you're authentic, they can't copy you fast enough. They don't know what to do. Big Piscean energy. Big illusions energy is what I just heard. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure my speaker is charged up. Okay, y'all. So listen. It's interesting because King of Wands energy, King of Pentacles energy, fire, earth, and water. I suspect air will show up at some point. But with the Page of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, these are people that were always in poverty. They were always in a lack mindset. These were people that, unfortunately, same story, thought that you were better than them enough that they wanted to be you and try to be you. And so they did, right? It's something about being a leader, something about being a teacher. When you come with such authenticity and your energy is so big, you got people that will admire it. And you also have people who, unfortunately, are of some type of weird creation, whatever that means, right? And they want to steal it. They naturally have a vampiristic energy or something that is unnatural, meaning nature doesn't resonate with them. It's giving that kind of energy, and they see something and they're thirsty. And even if you give them just a little bit, it'll never be enough. These are people that are leeches. They like to latch on to your knowledge, your authenticity, but they can't copy your signature fast enough. This is the dangers behind not being authentic and not knowing who you are, because you constantly have to chase that white dragon. You're constantly chasing the rabbit down the rabbit hole. It's giving Alice in Wonderland as energy. You got the Knight of Wands, something about being in pursuit of something. Clarify, the jig is up, game over. Yeah, because remember, some of these people's reasons for wanting to do certain things to you and take you out was for material gain. It was never anything substantial. I just heard the land of Babylon, confusion, Babel, confusion amongst these enemies. Every familiar spirit has been separated. So there's a lot of chaos and confusion, because remember, how is it that somebody could have stolen your destiny when they were told that they could have your destiny by whoever they put their faith in outside of themselves, or whatever idea was resonating within them that made them feel like they could be you better than you, which is always a lie. It's not real. I feel like that's what really woke a lot of us up when we were like, oh, wait a minute, somebody wants my power. Wait a minute, somebody wants my destiny. It made us draw closer to awakening to whatever was calling us, because one has to know that if your destiny is something that people are seeking out or is so sought after, there has to be great value to it. And I feel like that's when it really became valuable to us, right? When in reality, you were just always simply being yourself. And you're like, what's the big deal? What is going on? Again, you were going through an awakening. Some of you were waking up from like 400,000 years of like rest. Okay. They say the ancient gods have been awakened. Well, that was always within. You and Gaia have the same DNA. You and the trees have the same DNA. This is why the birds are coming out in the middle of the night. Listen, I got owls that show up to my house in the middle of the night. Ooh, all night. Ooh, they just talk to me in my sleep. Ooh, I go to sleep, listen to the owls. Okay. If you know the spiritual meaning behind the owls, it represents wisdom. They're giving me signs like, yeah, you're doing the right thing. I'm like, oh, okay, good. But it's not that I'm doing the right thing. What I've done is already done. So nobody can take it and go finish it for me. Now, listen, whoever these people are, the jig is up, meaning they had to wake up from their own nightmare. Okay. Because what they wanted was never substantial. I just heard you can't build a castle on sand. It's going to sink. It's like a tower that's on sand. Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's no foundation. There's nothing stable. Their reasons for wanting to be you were for superficial reasons. Things that the world could promise them, right? This world, anyway. There's many different worlds. The 3D realm, like money, fame, regular shit, and you're of royalty. Okay. It's like that. Like when I mean regular, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to be famous. Well, what is that? Famous for what? Famous for being the dumbest spiritual criminal in spiritual court? Like, what are you famous for? What do you want to be famous for? Right? Because I promise you, I've met some really famous people, and it ain't all that it's cracked up to be. It ain't all it's cracked up to be. Even being in the public eye. Sometimes you get a couple of scragglers, you get a couple of weirdos. That's why we play the high frequencies in the background to keep away the nasty hoes. Okay, listen. So it's not all that it's cracked up to be. So if this is about idolatry, somebody had already lost when they even had the thought, if the thought ever even belonged to them, to think that they could take your destiny. The jig is up. The jig has been up. The jig was up the moment they thought they had it. But somebody needed to believe that they did in order to have a good 3D experience. What a blessing. Thank you. You needed to believe that you could be somebody of the divine collective in order to feel like you had joy. Now, here's where the issue came, is when people decided to get violent. They try to take you out. They try to put stuff in your food, poison in your food to take you out. And they're like, wait a minute, you're still alive? Yeah, listen. Didn't we just say we've been around? Listen, the spirit told me something about me waking up after 400,000 years. I'm like, what? Where was I at? They like at the bottom of the ocean. I'm like, oh God, this was in my download. I'm like, oh wow. Shout out to Olokun. Y'all really don't want to unleash Olokun at the bottom of the seabed. There's places in the ocean, y'all, that's 500,000 feet deep. You listen. It's not a diver's territory. Okay? The water is really above and the earth is really below, but there's water below too. Needless to say, that was a really interesting download that just came up out of the ethers. I'm just here as a beacon for a job that I've already completed. I'm telling you, the reading is already done. So you got the 9 of Cups. This was their wish fulfillment, okay? Be this on an aesthetic level. I want to look like her. I want to be like her. I want to smell like her. I want to be like him. I want to, oh, if I could just be him. Oh, I love her life. You know, when I hear people say, I love her life. I love her this. I love his that. Do you love your something? That's cool to love. But really, what is your intention? Now, really high vibrational people, we could tell the difference between a compliment and somebody talking out the side of their neck, right? Hold up, y'all. Let me drink my magic drink here. I got a little bit of everything in there. Can y'all see what color that is? It's blue, it's green. What is that, Neff? Oh, it's just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Something that I created in time and it found me again. You know, it's nice. Listen, 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. This was never a fair deal. Clarify the jig is up. The jig is up. You got somebody that literally thought they were going to destiny swap. They did some type of demonic ritual. Whatever this was, part of the ritual was them literally having their soul leave their body. This could have been like an astral projection. This person is literally floating around in the ethers, lost without a body. And they keep trying to attach to you. Okay, so if you've been feeling something on your left side, this is somebody trying to occupy your space, occupy your vessel, because they were promised your life. Yeah, true story. Okay, so 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is like floating through the ethers. Okay, not a part of anything, but really like in a state of nothingness. It's like floating around in a state of nothingness, but not really a part of nature. Not worthy enough energetically, high vibrationally, to be a part of this beautiful fabric that we call nature and everything around us, the skies, the sun, the moon, like it's giving that kind of energy. So this is somebody that went through, what am I seeing? They went through some type of ceremony for a destiny swap. Now they fighting to get they soul back. They're not even fighting to get their soul back. They're fighting to get their body back. With the moon's energy, some type of moon magic ritual. So this person is angry because they were promised your life. They were promised your vessel. They were promised your soul. But in order to do that, don't you have to swap it out and switch it out? It's like, here, you take my soul, I'll take your soul. You got to put them into two different bodies and put this spirit over here and put it over here. Well, that didn't happen because you're occupying your own space in time. You matter, quite literally, scientifically, biologically. You are matter, right? You hold weight. You are the gravitational pull that the universe is responding to. That's what I just heard. So you got the 5 of Wands and the moon. You got somebody that can't get back to their body. It's a lot of them out there that can't get back to their body. Clarify. And so when you're walking through with all this light energetically through the ethers, they immediately want to go into the light, but they're still, it's almost like a consciousness that was dead before it left its body. Okay. So even the attempts beyond their physical body are not conscious. It can't consciously make the right decision. It was promised something that now it cannot occupy. So it's just kind of floating through the ethers, lost. Look, I can't make it up. 2 of Wands in the reverse. The jig is up. So what happens to these people? What happens to their level of, Spirit said nothing. Yeah, look, they just keep trying to attach to you. Knight of Swords. Somebody knew that this was dangerous when they did it. This could be like some type of satanic ritual. Knight of Swords in the reverse, air sign energy. They're just like, they're like in this state of nothingness. They're angry. Clarify this person, these people. There's more than one person. Yeah, Five of Swords in the reverse. I can't make this up. So let me just explain what this is, okay? So you got people that traveled to a distance. They went places. They got in contact with very powerful practitioners, or at least according to them. These are people that put their faith in other people. And this was the worst thing that they could have done. They went in for destiny swaps. Some of them were already in bad health. Some of them were about to be in poverty. Some of them have bad karma. Some of them did not want to go through what they needed to go through in order to get to their Nine of Cups, right? They just didn't want to do it. So somebody was like, I just want somebody else's life. I need a new body. I need a new this. I need a new that. So now that you're occupying your space, now that you're occupying your body, even if you should so happen to travel throughout the ether spiritually, your body, your physical body is protected. Somebody comment down below, my physical body is protected. Yeah, somebody wants to switch it out. They want to see if they can pull you into the ethers energetically enough that they can occupy your vessel, right? Literally, this happens. You got a lot of these spirits like floating through the ethers and they're angry, but they're all fighting each other over vessels with the Two of Wands in the reverse. That's destiny swap that backfired. Full moon energy. Clarify, somebody did something under the full moon. Somebody went into the ethers and they did something over the full moon. Yep. Only to try to jump a timeline or jump through a portal. Or they thought, or somebody's like seeing you as a portal. Okay. And they couldn't jump through. The door was closed. It's like, somebody's already in their life, honey. You got the King of Wands in the upright, King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups in the upright. Yeah, It's a no. This was a sacrifice, a great sacrifice. Somebody sacrificed their own soul in order to get a new soul, which is something that you cannot do. You can't do that. Even if you try to take pieces of somebody's soul and they call back their power back. And when I mean pieces of their soul by way of sexual intercourse, you're sharing parts of your soul. When you break a soul tie and you call your power back, that person is going to feel that your energy is gone, right? It's simple mathematics by way of science. It's very simple. Okay. So whatever this is, yeah, somebody wanted your whole soul. Somebody's like, I want all of you. Okay. So we got the Three of Pentacles. Clarify these people. Who are these people? Somebody paid to have this done. This reminds me of the lady that went to Haiti to be initiated as a Mambo priest. And they ended up turning her into a zombie. They said she passed away, but I don't know. When I first heard the story, I think it was like last year, I did a reading on it. I didn't publicize it. I didn't come to the public eye with it. I just kind of set with spirit on it. But her spirit came to me immediately, which was beautiful. And it came to a lot of other people in the spiritual community. And when I saw what they were reading after I had already done my own reading, it was confirmation, clarification. This is somebody who accepted their fate. And she had met some people on like a WhatsApp or a spiritual group. Long story short, she did not return back to her home. She was supposed to be gone for, I think, like 21 days. The moral of the story is this: when we talk about Ifa, Santeria, if you were not born into it, if you were not introduced into voodoo, you don't go looking for spirits that don't call for you. That don't make no sense, because you're playing in something that you know nothing about. She absolutely went looking for something, wanting to be initiated into something. So basically, she felt that whoever these people were, they had more power than her. And this was somehow going to give her more power. When in reality, can I just keep it real? 9 times out of 10, you just got to tap in. Everything you need is within you. You ain't got to pay for nothing. Now, this does not negate the fact that some people are born into these lineages. What they do amongst their lineage has absolutely nothing to do with me. But I will tell you this: I've been privy to a lot of different types of religions and or spirituality by way of just simply part of my awakening, if you will, right? But this is what this reminds me of. Somebody that traveled to a distance. They could have paid over time. Yeah, look, the Hierophant in the reverse. I can't make it up. So this is like some type of group, some type of organization. Body swapping, spirit swapping. It was all an illusion. Even people that feel as though swapping out a spirit for another spirit has been successful, it was never successful. They're like under an illusion, like, yes, I can feel it. I'm this person now. It's just putting somebody in a dream state. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. You can't steal divinity. You can't steal DNA that does not resonate with your genetic coding, right? It's like somebody that eats a whole bunch of pork and you trying to steal somebody's soul and they're a vegetarian and they grounded and they this. Child, what are you coming up against? You coming up against nature. So you want the whole world to end trying to come up against somebody. Okay. I remember one time somebody was trying to destiny swap with me. And I was still going through my awakening. And when I called my power back, I remember coming into this house where this person was that I didn't know at the time was trying to take my soul. And he was so exhausted. He sat on the edge of the bed and he was just tired. And I'm like, what's going on? Are you okay? Now, mind you, I'm going through my awakening. I'm calling my energy back, but he was trying to destiny swap. And I remember sitting down with him and he was like, I want all of you. And that shit scared the hell out of me. Child, 3 weeks later, I broke up with his ass. I said, all of me? I don't want nobody to want all of me like that. So when I started to call back my power, he started to get sick. But he needed enough energy to go and maybe reproduce maybe a replica of a connection like what we had. Because remember, he's seeking energy. He's seeking a soul. When I really pulled back the layers, I realized he was being used by somebody else in the family. It was like a lot. So I walked away from it. But the more I called my power back, the more this person tried to latch onto my soul, right? And so that's when I realized, oh, this is a dead person. He's literally dead. There's nothing in there. So who was I talking to, right? And so I had to really go deep, to just kind of figure out why I encountered this person and things like that. Needless to say, this is reminding me of that. It's like a lot of energies floating throughout the ethers, y'all. They're lost. And they were promised going into the light. So here you are radiant with all this light in beautiful balance of your dark. You're in this yin yang energy. And so they're floating. And so they're obsessed. These are like spiritual stalkers in a spirit realm. They're like always there. They're like, you can't see me. And they don't have no physical body. And because you're tapped in, you're aware, you're empathically picking up on the energy, but they can't penetrate your body. They can't penetrate your soul. Some of them tried to get their bodies back. Some of them want to go back to their bodies, but something's occupying the space. Remember, they were told abundance. You got the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. That's a 911 situation. Okay. Why am I feeling this to the throat chakra? Show me this entity that keeps trying to penetrate. Yeah, look, they were told somebody needs your power like for dear life. Okay. And I feel like the more you ascend, the more they have to wake up to this nightmare that they never really had your energy to feed off of. They never could have your soul. Your soul was not for the taking. Whatever your job is in life, whatever you came here to do, it has already been completed. You just waking up like, okay, you gotta move in that energy like, oh, it's already done. That's what's up. Because your higher self is letting you know that it's already done. So you got the 5 of Cups and you got strength. Somebody's angry because they're literally like, they're dead. They're dead. You got the King of Cups in the reverse. They're dead. Some of these people don't know that they're floating. Some of them are scared because they don't like the fact that we don't pick up on their frequencies, that we've shut down those timelines, right? You got timelines of people that have been unalived, certain spirits that have been unalived, and we can communicate with those high vibrational beings. And then you got some that are just kind of like wandering energies, okay? Very angry energy. Clarified King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, somebody took a trip, somebody took a chance, somebody astral projected and never returned back to their physical body. The goal was to pull you out of your body, irritate you enough or something like that so that you would abandon your destiny. But you can't abandon your destiny. You've already answered the call. It's already finished. And what does that look like? Okay, when I mean abandon your destiny, that means making you tired, forcing you into hermit where you really want to go out and socialize. This is how people see that they can harvest off of you. If they can keep you in one space, if they can keep you bound, if they can keep you stuck, irritated, agitated, then they feel like somehow they're able to access your energy and or delay the inevitable. But the inevitable has already taken place. So this was a false deal. It's farce. It's a lie. The devil made it up. They getting burned by the sun. It's the light. They think that you're the light. They think that you are the heavens. So they're trying to go into the light, but they keep getting burned. Okay. That's what I just heard. The sun's energy, big Ra energy, big Leo energy. That 8-8 portal is about to come in. 8-8 portal is like, I'm about to show him something. Hold up. This is what the 8-8 portal was saying. 8-8 portal is within, so tap in so you never have to go without. And the ethers are absolutely going to reflect back to us. So somebody's really pissed off that they didn't get your soul, get your body, get your vessel. Yeah, they're stuck. They're stuck. Astral projection is not for everybody. Some people do it without knowing. That's really dangerous. You should absolutely be aware when you're in between certain realms. You should know which dimension you're in. Now, some of you got the keys to all dimensions, okay? And I'll use myself as an example. This is not a puffing up type of an energy. I hope nobody receives it like that. But honestly, y'all, like for real, let me just keep it a buck. I can go into the depths of hell and I can go into some really higher realms. I don't recommend going too high, getting away from your physical body. Like this takes years of practice. Years. I've met practitioners, high vibrational practitioners. They don't astral project at all, not to the capacity that a lot of these people do. Okay. And when I mean people that are in groups that are, they're constantly in the spirit realm. They don't take a break from it. They don't get grounded. Okay. You have to have that balance between the two worlds or you will get stuck, honey. Straight up and down. But we mastered this already. It's already done. The magician. So somebody's stuck and bound, and now somebody's trying to bind themselves. It's like somebody's trying to penetrate your aura, penetrate your sun, penetrate your light. Their spirit is constantly like in the ethers, or their essence or whatever this is constantly trying to come at you. Come. When in reality, they were promised by somebody, your vessel, your body. Maybe their body is decaying. Maybe they were sick or something like that. And they were told that they could have your healing body. This is a lie. Let me just cover up the devil because I don't want YouTube to flag me for breaking the rules, the regulations, if you will. Okay. Naked bodies. Needless to say, the devil and the Three of Swords. Look, they're heartbroken. They're sad. Yeah, the devil tricked them out of their soul. So where's their spirit at? Okay. Okay. We rebuke any spirits that want to hover around. And yeah, look, I can't make this up. You got divine beings in the ethers right now that are protecting you. Your angels are so powerful with the 7 of Wands. You are the ancestors. It's almost like we are simultaneously living a physical reality, but spiritually, you are also a part of the ethers and nature and your highest highest vibrational self. Thank you, retrograde. Is protecting you right now, constantly reminding you, sending you signs and symbols of what is already finished. Yes, you are simultaneously in spirit and in flesh. You are the new ancestors. You've always been the ancestors. So you're walking accordingly. Okay, clarified. Yep. 2 of Swords. You got somebody that had to make a difficult decision and somebody didn't want to die a physical death. So they decided to make a deal with the devil to get your spirit, your body. I keep hearing a new body. So somebody could have been sick in their body. Okay. So now this spirit is on like a rampage to get or occupy a vessel because their physical body is decaying. What's in their physical body? Who's in their physical body? Child, somebody that snatched their soul. I can't make it up. Snatch their body. Whatever is in their physical body. I don't know what this is. 7 of Swords. This is like whoever their practitioners are, their demonic leaders, the devil, whatever this is, under the moon, the blood, the fire, trying to use nature, the 4 winds I just heard. Okay, so somebody was really getting into some deep ass spell work. Somebody could have traveled for this transplant. I just heard a spiritual transplant didn't take. Now they sitting up looking crazy. 2 of Swords, Libran energy. 3 of Swords, Libran energy. 7 of Swords, Aquarius energy. What is this? 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords is self-imposed imprisonment. Somebody's bound to something. Somebody led them to the slaughter. And somebody knew that you would not ever leave your physical vessel. There's no way that you would leave your physical vessel. So who did this spiritual work? Who led these people to the slaughter, Holy Spirit? Show us this Hierophant in the reverse. Yeah, this person knew the truth. This person knew the truth. This is like somebody going into a practitioner, promising somebody that they could be you. They're going to live your life. They could have the 9 of Pentacles. They could have the 10 of Pentacles. They're going to be psychic. They're going to be this. They're going to be the King of Wands, King of Pentacles. All this abundance. Yeah. All this power. It was a lie. Whoever these dark practitioners are, they're dark, but they ain't dumb. They don't want no smoke with the Most High God. They knew it. They knew these people were gullible. They knew these people were easy. And so they put them under some type of an illusion. They put them in a dream state. They could have gave them something to drink, something to eat, something like that. It's like these people are still dreaming, but it's a nightmare because they don't have physical vessels. Some of them are bound to just jumping in and out of animals, but now the animals are ascending. They can't even jump in and out of the animals. Child, we got birds coming in the middle of the night. I had birds at my window at 11 o'clock in the night, and it was a whole storm in the night. I said, what is going on? I said, is that a red bird at my window? I said, it's 11:15 in the night. I love the way the confirmations come through. Listen. Yeah, so clarify these practitioners, whatever, I don't know. Because we're standing our ground. We're in this King of Swords energy. We're standing our ground. Clarify somebody's in a dream state. Yeah, it's over. This could have been somebody close to you. This could have been somebody that you didn't know. This could have been somebody that was just scrolling through a catalog of high vibrational people. And they're like, yes, I want that one. She looks like a good one. He looks like a good one. I'll take that. And they just, I don't know. It's a wrap. These practitioners knew exactly what they were doing. But guess what? They don't feel bad about it. These people never needed to do this. All they had to do was finish their work, but they didn't want to be in pain. They didn't want to experience disease. Nobody does. So they thought, well, I'll just take from you. I'll steal from you. I'll take what it is that you have. Yeah, they crazy. Clarify the King of Cups in the reverse. Somebody took their whole soul and did not give a damn. You got the Queen of Swords to the King of Swords. Okay. Clarify the jig is up. It's over. Yeah. 4 Wands in the reverse. Corrupt organization. This is like some type of coven. Clarify these people's spirits that are floating around. They're trying to bind to you. Somebody could be trying to communicate with you. This could be an energy that's around you. Every time you go out, you could feel something like that. It's giving that kind of energy. Somebody's coming out very much like a skinwalker. It's an itchy energy. Somebody was promised your soul, promised to become one with your soul and promised your vessel. It's over. 7 of Pentacles in a reverse. 4 Cups in a reverse. It's over. They wanted to be bound to you. Clarify. Yeah. Because you carry this abundant energy. But again, your destiny has already been finished. This was the biggest gag that was ever pulled. The gig is up because the gag is they can't have your destiny. They never could. Yeah, somebody was sick in their body. That's what I felt. I felt like somebody wanted a new body. And somebody didn't want to die. Somebody didn't want to suffer. Somebody didn't want to heal. They just wanted to take the short route. And they got duped by somebody that they really put too much trust into. With the 7 of Cups, it was an illusion. Clarify. Show me these people. Yeah. This could be like an ex-lover of yours. I'm not going to show the lovers because they're naked. Clarify the lovers. Yeah. This is somebody in your family. Somebody that was in your family that did this. 10 of Cups. And now they're floating around being tormented. Damn. They gave permission to the devil to literally sacrifice their lineage. This is all because somebody didn't want to, somebody could have got news about their health with the 6 of Swords in the reverse. And you're healthy. You're coming up as somebody that takes good care of themselves. Yeah, you're healthy. Somebody got bad news. 3 of Cups in the reverse. They could have even had something in this ritual that they had to take. Some type of drink. The only person that was under any forms of magic is this person that literally had their soul snatched. They want to move on to the next life, but they only want to do it by way of you. They're constantly watching. You got the Emperor and you got the Page of Swords. This could also be a guardian angel, a father figure, grandfather, or a masculine in the ethers that's watching over you. What is the message? Yeah. It's giving Empress to the Emperor energy, divine feminine, divine masculine energy, mother, father energy. Some type of communication, something that they want you to see. So everything that you feel in your physical body is not somebody always trying to bind themselves to you, although somebody made a whole bunch of grave attempts constantly by way of rituals until they could be outside of their body, literally watching their body be lived by something that's in their vessel with the Seven of Swords. I don't know what the hell is in this person's vessel or what they did with the body or what's in that. This is like layered upon layered of some type of dark, ancient, forbidden magic, something that has been forbidden, something that people are not supposed to do. It's an abomination. It disrespects nature. It's all dark. It's just blood. It's death. It's working with dead animals, dead bones, dead this. Everything in these rituals is already dead. Even when the blood hits the air, it's already dead blood. Whatever they're drinking, whatever this illusion is dead. It's dead. So you got Empress to the Emperor energy. You got a masculine energy that's trying to communicate with you. Clarify, what is this energy? Knight of Pentacles. Okay. For some of you, it's a child. Okay. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles. For some of you, it's a child. For some of you, the universe is letting you know that somebody's coming in, somebody that you're supposed to create with. This could be a friend. This could be just new people, whatever this is. It's already finished. It's just things are happening in time. You're encountering the people that you're supposed to encounter because this is the time. You will know them by the fabric that they weave and how they're moving in the ethers, how they move energetically. You're going to notice them by way of them being a reflection of you. Big Aquarius energy. I'm not going to show the Aquarius card because the person is naked. Shout out to YouTube for the regulations, man. Shout out to the people that have to watch all the videos and make sure that we don't show naked bodies. Needless to say, you got Hermit energy, Virgo energy, and you got the Nine of Wands, okay? Hermit is about going within, tapping in so you don't have to go without. The Nine of Wands is about being guarded, okay? Something like that. Yeah. You got the Queen of Wands energy. Something about confidence, y'all. Clarify the left side of the body. Something about the left side of the body. Your heart chakra. Decision making. Sheesh. Clarify. I just heard trickster energy. Ooh, somebody ascended, descended, and left a body and descended by way of astral projecting into a devious energy as a trickster energy. Why am I finding it difficult to get my words out? What's going on there? Because it's a tower? So you were never supposed to realize that this was the entity attachment, something floating through the ethers that could never get a physical body. So that was the entity attachment that somebody was trying to attach to you. So there's a Hierophant in the reverse that absolutely used a group of people, probably a whole bunch of people, too many to count, used their essence in order to attach to divine energy, but needed their permission. They compromised their lives, quite literally, sold their souls to the devil. And so you got a Hierophant in the reverse that's using them beyond the physical body. Is that what I'm seeing? And it's a tower. And this is the person that's trying to attach what feels like an entity, but it's really lost souls that lost their souls. This is what they're telling me. It's a tower. It's a tower. We already know what it is. We see it. We already know. Like, what is this? You can't attach to my soul. So somebody doesn't have their physical body anymore, okay? Whatever happened to their soul is trapped in something, some type of confinement by way of a sleep state, by way of a zombie state, okay? Somebody understands the laws by way of hoodoo, and this is somebody that absolutely abused their power, but they see these people as disposable. They played on their fears. They played on their jealousy. They played on their fear of death. And this is why they feel that they deserve to just kind of snatch their souls. These are people that willingly went into the dark, knowing that this was something dark, this was dangerous. The woman who traveled to Haiti, I feel like she was quite innocent, but I do feel like something was destiny. Because when I channeled her energy, it was like she had accepted her fate and she just wanted to move on. But somehow they had her trapped, and her son had to go through the embassy to get her physical body back. It's like, listen, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. Please. Please. If you're on your spiritual journey, you just like, oh, I met somebody, they said they're going to initiate me. Listen, if your family didn't introduce you to it and you know nothing about it, you need to leave that alone. That's like my background, my family, okay? They're all pastors, all people of the cloth, deacons, right? And on my mother's side, everybody is like, well, it's interesting. That's all I could tell you. But I never knew about voodoo, although I was born in the middle of the bayou. I'll get more into that later. Right now, it's not about me. It's all about you. But I will say this, okay? If something is confusing, if you are lost about your spirituality, you need to be still. You need not be anxious. You need not open doors that are not for you to open. Remember, there is several finished versions of your life. Okay? By way of Ifa, it is told that there are 16 versions of your life. At a minimum, 16. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 represents the Orisha. 7 represents nature. 7 represents completion. 7 represents the chakras, the basics. You know, we got millions of chakras, but the seven basic chakras, right? 7 is a very powerful number. So by way of Orula, there are 16 paths. Okay. That means here's your destiny. Okay. You can go this way. You can go that way. You go this way. You could take the bumpy road. You could take the smooth road. Okay. The smooth road is intuition. That's what tells you, okay, yeah, no, I don't need to be over there. Let me go over here. The hard road is, okay, something told me to leave, but I'm still here. But either way, destiny is still here. You still have to get to your destiny. The road that you take is completely up to you. Intuition and discernment is absolutely vital. It absolutely is. You got a lot of people watching you. You got people that are watching that know that they couldn't take your destiny or attach something to you in order to feed off of your vitality. Okay. Remember, these people went to practitioners and they went through rituals, okay? Destiny swapping ass rituals. For a lot of you, it was lovers, okay? Quite interesting. You could have had a karmic masculine that wanted your destiny. You like, what? A man that wanted to be me, like feminine? Yeah, this person wanted your destiny. And then you had karmic feminines that were going after divine masculine's destiny. So they went into these rituals under the illusion that they could take your soul as your lover. Remember, you had already laid down with them or been intimate, whatever the case was, whatever the story is. So they've already felt your heaven. They've already felt your peace. So when you called your spirit back, they went crazy. So in a desperate pursuit of that energy, it's like, oh my God, I want to feel that again. Oh my God, I love her energy. Oh my God, I love his energy. What do I have to do? So the devil was waiting. The devil's like, oh, all you got to do is do this. We'll just swap you out, you know. Okay, don't even worry about it. We'll switch you out. You could take this person's destiny. You could take their child's destiny. You could do all of this. I mean, the devil was selling them a nice package deal. Mind you, they're going through health issues. They don't eat right. They don't eat well. And spiritually and mentally, they're just not okay, right? They don't like themselves enough that they want to swap out with you. So these were easy contracts, is what the enemy is saying. It was easy to lead them to the slaughter. That's what I just heard, because they were so desperate. So by the time you left and called your power back, you got to remember, some of these people were experiencing health concerns. You're a healer. Your energy is healing. When you come in, things get better. So when you called your power back and you broke those soul ties, some of these people were like, hell no. Like, I will do anything to feel that high again or feel that energy again. They messed up because the cycle had already been completed and finished. And so they found these dark ass practitioners that led them astray. Now, naturally, a dark practitioner, they can smell just how desperate these people were to feel your vitality. So they sold them a story. They put them under the illusion. They said, okay, listen, this is what we're going to do. And let me tell you something. The devil comes pretty. The devil smells good. The devil's very, very calm. The devil doesn't raise her voice. It's like, oh, no, it's fine. Listen, this is what we'll do. You'll come back. Just make sure you're wearing all white and we'll get you and we'll do this. And don't even worry about it. Yeah. You're going to have beauty, fame, love, all of that. It's going to be amazing. Seven of Swords. The snake was right there in their face, but out of this energy of feeling desperate and refusing to adhere to the calling of their own life, they forfeited their lineage. They forfeited their destiny. What was already done became undone. And then they rerouted and decided to take a bumpy road. Now, here's the thing. Some of those roads lead to absolutely nowhere for all of eternity. That's the unfortunate part. You got a lot of trapped souls and little statues and figurines on people's altars and things like that. This is how they use their spirits beyond the physical body. So with the Seven of Swords, the devil was waiting. The devil was like, don't even worry about it. First of all, we're going to make this person come back to you. Okay. Now, in the beginning, it was all good. Because remember, the enemy has to get this person to come back, keep giving them money. It's a slow kill. They slowly took their souls, right? Yeah, I can't make it up. They said, it's okay. Don't even worry about it. Here's what's going to happen. Three of Wands. Here's the future. This is how it's going to be. You're going to get money. You're going to get this. You're going to get that. And the moment they said they agreed, they gave these people, this organization, whatever this is, permission to their soul. Remember, the devil is waiting for your permission. The devil can't move unless you say it's okay. So the moment they gave them permission, in that moment, they really forfeited their soul and they literally became nothing. In a native state of nothing. So constantly they're blowing up the practitioner's phone. They're calling the practitioner. They could be saying, hey, this is happening. This is what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And guess what? The practitioner has already jumped a timeline with their soul, with their essence. And now they're just an empty vessel, but they're the last to know. They feel differently. They don't know. Okay. Things are good. It comes and it goes. But then all of a sudden, everything is going wrong. And you're somewhere living out your lives. And then they realize that they've been had. That they're walking dead. They're dead. Because if you're still alive, living your life, how was this ever even possible? Some of them didn't realize that until it was unfortunately too late. What does Spirit want us to know about these trapped souls? Yeah, they stressed out and weighed down. Child, it ain't nothing like being stressed out and weighed down outside of the physical body. I know you lied. I know you lied. You stressed out and weighed down outside of the physical body. Whew, your essence or the remnants or the memory of your, in remembrance of your soul. Like, because somebody got your soul trapped. Clarify where these people's souls at, Holy Spirit. Where are their souls at? They just sitting around watching, wandering. Page of Swords is just like sitting there watching in the ethers or in some type of lower realm, just wandering, looking for an open door, looking for an empty vessel. Okay, clarify. But if everybody's calling their power back, then ain't nobody's vessel available. Yeah, I just heard, it's a vacancy. Your soul don't live here anymore. You abandoned me. This is what the body is saying. Your soul don't live here anymore. Three of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Big Hashatan, Big El Diablo. Some type of earth magic, some type of fire magic, some type of fire and earth magic, death magic. Something in the drink, something that they drank. They were told they were desperate. Yeah. Divine intervention is here, though. For a new beginning. For the 10 of Pentacles, this is what they were promised. Four of Wands, partnership. You're going to have a lover, a husband, soulmate, a wife. You're going to be happy. This is what the devil was telling them. This is what the devil was telling them. That you're going to be the Hierophant. You're going to have a lot of favor amongst God and a lot of favor amongst men. That's what the devil was telling them. Everything that they wanted to know. Everything that they wanted to hear. appeasing their ears, tickling their fancy, lying every step of the way is what I just heard. Let this be a lesson. This is what the Most High is saying. The Knight of Wands. So they rushed in haste to do something by way of being passionately in pursuit of that energy that you called back, that you took away from them. And so when they realized they couldn't occupy your space, they ran back to the practitioner and they said, okay, can you just bind me to this person's energy? So it got more and more diabolical. These people started doing things they could have never even imagined that they would have been doing. Okay. Now they're openly bound to the devil. Okay. Remember, it was always in pursuit of spirituality, in pursuit of love, and somehow they got lost. You got the Emperor, big divine masculine energy. A lot of them wanted your divine masculine's destinies, feminines. A lot of these karmic masculines, when they realized the sex magic wasn't working, the death spells weren't working, the beauty spells weren't working. Every time they did a beauty spell, you just got more radiant. I mean, it's just beautiful energy, inside and out type energy. Then they went after the chosen masculine. Okay, there's levels to this, but remember, these are dead people. They're dead, like they're dead. But what do you mean? Their lips are moving, their eyes are moving, but they're dead, honey. They're dead. They're trapped. They're chasing something they can't never have. They're chasing something they can't never have. Look, they trapped. Here's a master that has no veil over his face or her face. And here's somebody that's a slave. They're trapped. They're bound. It was always an illusion. So when they were looking into the mirror and they're like, oh my God, I look so beautiful. I look like her. I look like him. Like they're under an illusion. This is like dead men, women, people walking. They're dead. Zombie. Look, their souls abandoned. Five of Pentacles. So they're trapped by these Hierophants in the reverse. They're just using their essence for something. Because the Hierophants in the reverse want to use their essence really to attach to you. They feel like the more souls that they take with them, the easier it will be to attach to your energy, divine ones. Okay. So these are high ranked, low vibrational practitioners. They only work in the dark. They only work with dark, insidious spirits. They only do dark things, y'all. They don't do nothing of healing, none of that. They don't give a damn about your spiritual path. They just see, fool across your forehead when you come in desperate. But I got this going on, and you did everything. My left ear is ringing. Ooh, I really pissed somebody off. Why is my left ear ringing like that? Ooh, we really pissed somebody off because we're telling their business. We've pulled Akashic records into current moment, which is we're in the future right now, the past and the present, and we're all good on all timelines, meaning you could go through any spiritual neighborhood. Like if somebody walks up to the devil gonna be like, what? If you don't get up out of here, I can't touch this person. Stop playing with me. The devil is saying, don't tempt me with a good time. I can't touch that soul food. Look, I can't make it up. Didn't I just say Ace of Wands in the upright? What you needed to do, you already completed. Who you are, you already are. Where you're at is where you're supposed to be. The devil's like, why you come up in here? Look at the Ace of Wands in the reverse. This is how the devil's talking back to these people. But you said that I was going to be famous and that I was going to be able to sing like her and dance like him and do this, that. Okay, the devil lied. When have you ever known the devil, to be honest? The only time the devil tells the truth is when the Most High God says, Satan, where you been? The devil got to answer because the devil don't want no smoke. Oh, I just been, going to and fro. Just looking for whom I can devour. Who can I mess up? These are my chosen ones. You can search them. They will never turn their back on me. They will never sell their souls. Shout out to the people that got their souls back, man. Shout out to the people that broke soul ties with people that, it's like, hell, that was a lot of work, toil and labor. I cannot make it up. You work for the Most High. You clocking in for the Most High. So therefore, the universe is absolutely going to keep you on spiritual payroll. That means all your needs will be provided. Somebody comment down below. The universe will always provide everything that I need. I will not fret. I will not fumble, for it is already finished. And that's just what it is. I can't make it up. Look at the Most High coming through. Hey, Most High. As I talk to the Most High God. Hey, Most High, it's me. I know the Most High be like, oh my God, you done went down there and just, Well, listen, it's a part of my spiritual contract, Most High, and I'm down here cracking jokes. I'm trying to bring as many souls to the light as I can, but it's already done. So I'm just going to sit in it, and just relax and kick my feet up because I already successfully completed my job. And so have you, Divine Collective. So take a deep breath. We're not going to make it out of this thing called life alive. At least not by way of the physical body, but we're having a really good time taking care of that physical body while you're here. You naturally want to transcend out of this physical body, nice and easy peasy, nice and greasy. You don't want to have any issues, okay? By way of diseases, okay? So the devil can't attach himself, okay? The devil's like, get out of here. What is this? Who lied and told you I could take this person's soul? Well, he said, and they said, and I'm initiated, and I'm calling the higher ups, baby. Them wasn't the higher ups, them was the lower ups. They high in the lower realms, baby. But what's above them, they can't touch. Two of Cups. We got a partnership with nature, a partnership with the animals. Yeah, look, didn't I just tell y'all? Didn't I just tell you can't touch it? The Most High was like, if I got to say this one more time, these cards are quite hilarious. Two of Cups in the upright, Ace of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Wands in the other. The devil's like, stop tempting me with a good time, boo. So now what happens once somebody has gone through several initiations, several ceremonies, they've drank the blood, they've done all the things they needed to do, they've seen the power of the enemy, they are blinded, they're a slave, child. They're bound to something, but they can't be bound to you. Somebody desperately wants to be bound to you. Now they just floating through the ethers trying to figure it out. Four of Cups. And somebody keeps missing an opportunity to be in your vessel, to be a part of your soul, to bind to your manifestations. Yeah. With the Four of Swords, when there is nothing in the physical body, it sets in decay. It's dead, y'all. It ain't nothing else to say. If you've ever been around demons, they have a certain smell. It's a rotting flesh. It's like rigor mortis has set in. They're just kind of moving around. You know what I'm saying? Something is driving that car, but ain't nobody in the damn car. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? It's giving that kind of energy. Four of Swords and Death and the Four of Cups. Yeah. Some of them just needed your vitality. So they keep doing moon magic, moon cycles. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. They're just doing dead things. It's going to work this time. It's going to work this time. I know it's going to. They're just doing it over and over and over and over. Honestly, you've successfully closed out these cycles. None of this is possible. Even the devil knows that. Okay. So these practitioners really just kind of needed their essence, their souls to make them more powerful. You're coming up as the Queen of Cups in the upright. Big water energy, big caring energy, big healing energy, divine feminine healing energy. And somebody's literally fighting you for your water, your holy waters within your body. Like, bitch, if you don't get your, somebody wanted to suck you dry, your healing waters, honey. And you ended up setting fire to the rain. King of Pentacles. Big divine masculine energy too, okay? You got a lot of feminines that was trying to switch out with divine masculines. You got a lot of karmic, like just all kinds of stuff, child. It's like somebody's just out here like, can I just get one divine person? I don't care if it's a feminine or a masculine. They're like, please, just anybody. Because in order to get a divine feminine and masculine, you have to have mastered that within self. It's not superficial by way of the world's standards. It's just not in that lustful energy, that Knight of Wands, it's not that type of energy. Yeah, it's not that type of energy. A lot of them did isolation spells so that they could stay in this illusion that they were walking in your shoes, only to realize that they had abandoned themselves. Look, they're out in the cold. It's giving wandering soul, y'all. What are these practitioners doing with their spirits or their souls, or where are they at? Because they want to know. These spirits are like bothering me right now. They like, well, where's our spirit at? Well, listen, Two of Wands in the reverse, they stole your destiny, honey. They stole your spirit. Six of Swords. You could have gone to a healer. We could have fixed that disease for you. We could have healed you right on up. But the fact that you tried to steal it and bind yourself is why you out here floating around and the devil is not answering the call. I just heard the devil's phone is on Do Not Disturb. Damn. The sun. Things have been illuminated. It's the details in it. Somebody's desperate. Somebody's scared to die, but they already dead. It's just the physical body that needs to follow. Whatever's in that physical body is being used by some type of practitioner. This is like a puppet type energy. Two of Wands. So they want to know, where's their spirit? Two of Wands in a reverse. Well, it's in a very dark place. I don't know what these people did. I could really dig into their secrets, but I don't see that that would benefit the divine collective. Clarify these wandering souls, because their energy is definitely here. What's going on, wandering souls? Where are they souls at? Yeah, somebody stole y'all destiny because you didn't see it as valuable. Coming in with the energy of being desperate to do anything for the enemy, coming into a practitioner desperate to do anything to get fame and fortune, really makes you a victim. It puts you in an energy of fear, and they see you as weak. Wanting to attack a divine being that hasn't done anything to you, or coming in with the energy of envy and jealousy, makes you very, very weak. You're very easy to control your destiny. Somebody snatched it. So somebody's walking in your soul or with your destiny or your essence. And now you got to stand by without a physical body and watch it happen. Okay. Stars energy. I can't make it up. Two of Wands. The Ten of Swords. Yes, you were betrayed by that lady that you go to, that you've been going to. Yeah, they were betrayed. You're betrayed by that guy that you kept going to, that you thought was helping you. Yeah, they were slowly but surely just snatching your soul. Remember when they gave you those articles to put in your house and those figurines and all that? Yeah, that's how they were slowly leading you to death. You're dead now. Somebody's physical body is dead. Page of Cups. It's like being in a nightmare, in a sleep state. Only imagining what one once was, not really feeling the essence of divinity. That's dangerous. I don't ever want to not feel the essence of divinity. Yeah, so mote that be. Never, never, never. Spirit says what I'm saying is the truth. Something about confidence, something about you being a warrior. Divine collective, you're so protected. And even if you went through something where you felt like you were bound to somebody that was dying, like when you are with the warlock, you could feel that energy of death. There's like nothing, no joy. I remember I was next to somebody. I was like, damn, I don't feel nothing coming out of your energy. I looked into their eyes. It was nothing in their vessel. And whatever was in there didn't like me. It was like a spirit, a deity, an entity. So I'm like, well, where's the person's spirit? It's like they're playing tic-tac-toe with a deity trying to get their vessel back. Page of Cups. I can't make it up. Somebody kept trying and trying over and over and over. This is a lot of earth magic, a lot of going and doing moon magic rituals over and over. Somebody did rituals for 7 years. Okay. Spirit said the moment they went into an agreement with this practitioner, they were dead. They just didn't know it. They just kept them under an illusion. So these practitioners will do certain things like for you to come back. You like, yes, it's working. I feel it. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I got the job. And they dead. They're zombies, y'all. They're just zombies. They just dead. They do things to wake them up and put them back to sleep. You know, they think they're living a normal life. They think they're walking in your destiny, but really somebody is above them pulling the string. There's a practitioner really pissed off right now. Why's my left ear ringing? And I'm telling this story. Yeah. These are sacrifices. This is like slaughtering energy, slave energy, to make somebody a slave. They just sleep. Like these people are asleep. Look, they put them to sleep. They're just walking dead. Wow. 4 of Swords. So they're bound through some type of ritualistic energy. Whatever this is, somebody forfeited their free will. You got people that could possibly be watching tarot. Some of these people are in a zombie state, not all of them. Okay. And they're watching us to try to figure out how to get their souls back. Let's just see. Can they get their souls back? What can they do, Holy Spirit? Because some of these people have been asleep for a long time. Some of these people have been asleep since they were children. Some of them really are innocent. Some of them were just outright, blatantly diabolical, you know, being controlled by witches in their family, warlocks in their family. They never, ever even had a fighting chance. Okay. And then they meet you. And so the family runs you off because they don't want this person to awaken. So show me, Holy Spirit, what is this about? Yeah. They have to feed. They have to constantly feed off of energy. Something about the firstborn men, sons in the family. That's what I just heard. Let's clear this energy up, because there's a spirit that's really on the loose and it's running rampant and it is really angry. I feel like this person is angry in the ethers because they're being used by some type of witch or warlock to attack you, but it's not working. Yeah, interesting. Give me fire, Holy Spirit. Thank you. Thank you for this fire. Thank you for my Palo Santo. Thank you for clearing my space. Remove any energies that don't need to be here. Anybody trying to stop this truth from coming out, I call judgment on it. Judgment has already been called down and it's already been decided. So mote it be. Selah, Ashe, Amen. Listen. So let's just clear this space real quick. I'm going to clean the cards too. Show me these people, because these spirits are like, it's like somebody that keeps trying to bind themselves to you. There's an energy that could be trying to get in contact with you. Okay, so it's important to know what's your energy, what's not your energy, what's your ancestors, how they're trying to come through, and what it is that they're trying to tell you. Definitely there's a practitioner right now working overtime, trying to stop me from saying this. With the Queen of Cups energy, psychic abilities, okay? Show me this practitioner, Holy Spirit, okay? Because somehow this message could be setting these spirits free. Strength. Yeah, they took their power. They took their power. So now the practitioners don't want to let go of these souls. Oh, yeah, they really don't want this to come out. Wow. Clarify, Holy Spirit. What is going on? Clarify, Holy Spirit. Yeah. A lot of these people, their energy is being used to heal people. Okay. You're a healer. So they're being told that they could take your, like, you got people that went in for specific requests, your healing abilities, your psychic abilities, your creativity. Child, this was a whole lie. Three of Swords in the reverse. Where are these people's souls at? Show me the practitioners. Some of these practitioners are across a body of water. Look, they gave them fishy deals, man. Fish in a cup ass energy. Fishy offers. Page of Cups. Illusions. Penetrating their consciousness with illusions. That any of this was ever possible. They're under severe judgment, y'all. Clarify these practitioners. Clarify my left ear ringing, because they're angry. These people are out the country, at a distance, out the state, wherever these people travel to. Somebody traveled, was working with a practitioner at a distance, out of the country, constantly having to pay, going broke for some type of wish fulfillment. Somebody's out here paying for energy. Six of Wands and a Nine of Cups. Paying for something that you naturally have. Clarify this practitioner at a distance. You got a Knight of Wands energy. Nine of Wands is Sagittarius energy. Seven of Cups is water energy. That's under some type of an illusion. They're like stuck in between realms. Who is this? It's a Knight of Wands. This could be like sex magic. So you know your physical body by the way how it's set up. For those of you that know, you know. The left side of your body is your feminine energy. That's your heart chakra. That is the left side of your brain, your fight or flight energy, your intuition, if you will. And the right side is masculine energy by way of just how you carry your XY chromosomes within yourself. I see somebody trying to latch onto your femininity, like latch onto your left side. So, you know, sometimes when we feel like hip pain or pain in the erogenous zone or the back or the lower part, that's just your physical body letting you know that there's still some energies that need to be transmuted. Continue to go within. But I see somebody trying to bind themselves to you because they're wounded. This person could need some type of healing or something, and they feel like you can heal them. Clarify this person. Show me this person. Yeah, Ten of Cups. This could be somebody in your family or somebody you had a family with. Clarify this person. Yeah, this is somebody that you had a family with. For some of you, it could be a mother figure. Queen of Cups in the reverse. Clarify. Temperance. Earth angel energy. Clarify. Or you could be feeling the energy of a mother figure as well, y'all. As you ascend. I know when my father passed away, y'all, I felt it through my whole body. Like seriously, I felt like something had electrocuted me. That's how connected I was to my dad. Only child of my father, not my mother. So it's giving that kind of energy. It's like when somebody passes away in my family, I already know. I can feel it. I don't need nobody to call me. So when my uncle called me, who's a deacon in the church, but really he's a warlock. That's a whole nother story, y'all. Shout out to him. All praises be to the Most High God. Ain't God good all the time? God is good. Listen, so when he called me, he was very nonchalant. He said, yeah, hey, how you doing? Your daddy is dead. What an asshole, right? Needless to say, that's a whole nother story, but I felt it in my physical body, and this is the energy that I'm picking up. So you could be picking up when somebody passes away. And it's interesting because that morning I stayed up. I kept waking up between 3 and 5 and I couldn't go back to sleep. I said, something's happening. I said, somebody's going to pass away. And I kept seeing crows and stuff, but I had already been prepared 2 years prior, getting premonitions. And then my dad passed. And then 4 months after that, my granddad passed, who was also a pastor of one of the biggest churches in Louisiana. Okay. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, but this is the energy that it's giving. It's giving, you're feeling what somebody in your family is feeling. Okay. They're trying to communicate with you through the ethers. This person could have got their soul snatched. Somebody's birthday could be in November. Big Sagittarius energy here. Big water sign energy. Somebody could be just have a lot of water and fire placements. Yeah. Big Emperor energy. What's the Emperor energy? 5 of Swords. Somebody feels defeated. It's a masculine energy here. Why is this person here? Toil and labor. Somebody's working real hard to try to block your intuition and take something from you. This could be somebody in your family. Yeah, they like working around the clock. Look at this. 5 of Wands, big Leo energy, big Aries energy, 8 of Pentacles, Virgo energy. What's this person's issue? What's the deal? They just want to take you down. They hate you. What's the deal? You got the Empress to the Emperor. What's the deal? What's the 5 of Wands? Or there's some type of weird ass energy around a partnership. Something like that. But your gifts are within. So you're really not going without. Like when the people try to attack your partnerships, or they think they don't want you to be with your person or somebody that you're going to meet no matter what, it's the most foolish thing ever. They go broke doing this, y'all. So what's the 5 of Wands? It's like evil eye energy. What is that? Page of Swords, because somebody is angry. Somebody is trapped. So is this an energy? Clarify. Or somebody's using somebody's vessel to watch you. Yeah, go on your destiny. I cannot make this up. Somebody is really pissed off to the highest point of festivity. What's the Queen of Cups in the reverse, Holy Spirit? Why is this here? High Priestess energy. So I feel like somebody wanted to be you. You're the Queen of Cups in the upright. They're the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Could be a family member, or they wanted your 10 of Cups. Take it as it resonates. But you're coming up as the High Priestess. They were promised that they would be the High Priestess. Everybody want to be the High Priestess, but don't nobody want to pray. Don't nobody want to do the work. That High Priestess work ain't no joke. Child, I didn't pray for people that don't even know I didn't pray for them. And I don't even need no credit because it's already finished. It's already done. I'm just saying, everybody want to be this. Do you really want to be this? Do you really know what it takes? I don't think so. Somebody could have said, hell no, I don't want to be the High Priestess. Found out that shit was hard and ran back and tried to get their whole life back. But you got the 3 of Cups. You're being celebrated because you overcame something. This is something in your bloodline. This could be like an entity that was in your bloodline. Could have been coming by way of lovers, children, bloodline. What is this? Marrying into some bullshit. What is it? What is it? What is the spiritual contract here? Why is this people here? What is it that they want, honey? My God. My God. They want to come in. They want to team up. They want a partnership. They're mad. Okay. 2 of Cups. Clarify. What is this illusion? What is this? What is the spiritual karmic debt? Yeah, some type of spiritual karmic debt that's been paid too many times over. So you got people that just are under some type of an illusion that this shit is still going on. Child, if you tell them that they sleeping, they're going to call you a whole liar. I know you lied. You've already paid your debt. Look at you. Look at you paying in full with the 7 of Pentacles. You're debt free to the universe and high refined energy. Okay. Clarify. You got the Star in the reverse. Somebody absolutely fell from grace and somebody's floating throughout some type of realm, baby. I don't know where your vessel is in your soul. Why is this energy around? What is it that they want? Okay, you got the Queen of Swords And you got the Three of Pentacles. What is that? Capricorn, Aquarius energy. Who is this person? Who is this person that was told that they could get your soul? Who is this? And they keep trying. Somebody's about to transition, or somebody already transitioned, or somebody's getting news that they're about to transition. Five of Cups, Scorpio energy. This is like crossing over. This is divine intervention because you've already successfully answered the call to your destiny. Okay. If you were taking the hard route, then you rerouted and rewrote your script and rewrote the story and went the other way. Remember, there's many, many different ways to get to final destination. And even once you get to the final destination, you realize it was already complete. It was already infinitely, going through its own loop by way of completion, by way of divinity. So who is this in the Five of Cups? Clarify the Five of Cups. Who are you, ma'am, sir? Okay, somebody whose intuition was blocked. Yeah, somebody's a puppet. Somebody could have spent a great deal of money trying to do this. Yeah, it's over. I can't make it up. Bye. It's over. Okay, so we got the Ten of Pentacles and we got the Devil. When you got to spend money to go to a practitioner to stay alive, you in danger. Run. When you got to go to a practitioner to keep getting energy, you've already lost your soul. They're just taking more and more of your destiny and they're adding on more and more karma. There's blood on that money. Yeah, it's over because somebody was waiting for you to be unalived and somebody got caught in a loop doing spell work over and over only to be led to the slaughter and realize that the devil tricked them yet again. That's what the devil does. Always depend that the devil's going to be the devil, okay? Sometimes the devil comes up smelling like, Tom Ford. I don't know. Issey Miyake. I don't know. Thierry McClure. I don't know. Maybe. The devil comes pretty, honey. These are practitioners that speak very, very calmly. My left ear, that ringing is starting to go away. Somebody could have even tried to comfort your child. These people are off the chain. So whatever this is floating through the ethers, it's like a big ass entity just lost without a body that was told that it could attach to you. And there's really a practitioner behind the person playing on their fears that was supposed to get some type of benefit to your destiny, which was never possible. Clarifying the devil. What happened? The Ace of Wands came up in the reverse. The devil was like, who authorized this? Even the devil knows not to conjure up forbidden magic to such capacities. Even the devil is like, listen, like right now, as I'm telling y'all this story, okay? The sun was out. And I heard Spirit say, when it starts to rain, that's when you're going to know it's okay for you to go out. So I said, okay. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, my son's like, Mom, it's raining. I'm like, I know. Okay. He like, Mom, how do you know? You know, I know. So when it started to rain, I went out, caught me some rainwater, got a little chilly, dropped down to like 75. I'm like, cool. Let me put on my little sweatshirt, go take my little walk. Cool. Right now, as I'm telling y'all this story by way of clarification, let me tell you what's going on outside my window. The wind is blowing. The spirits are taking this order. They are confirming what it is that I'm saying it to be true. And I'm eternally grateful to be a part of something that is already finished, but it's about to be another thunderstorm. The sky has already gone gray. The water's about to come down. Why? Because Gaia is purging of all of this illegal, forbidden magic in the earth. Quit burying people in the earth. Somebody could have went through a whole ritual where they had to be buried in the earth. Some weird shit is what I'm saying. Blood and bones and some weird shit. Stay up out of that. If the spirit didn't call for you, don't call for the spirit. The only reason I fool with the Orisha is because the Orisha knocked on my door one day like, I'm like, oh my God, the Orisha here. Don't go chasing no waterfalls. I was over here like, I accidentally chased a waterfall one day. And the universe is like, fool, if you don't stick to these little rivers and lakes that you used to, my ancestors came down hard like, boom. I'm like, damn. My higher self from the past, the future, and all timelines is like, girl, if you don't, this is the way. Okay, you can go that way. You still gonna get right here, but you're gonna go this way. I'm like, okay, let me just make it a little easier on myself. I don't want to open any doors and I don't need to open. But I gathered a lot of information that reminded me of what it was I needed to do. And it's the same for you. It's really no different. I'm just here for shits and giggles to make you laugh on your destiny because it's already done. If you're thinking to do that big thing, then do a thing. and cheer yourself on. That's what I just heard. So listen, child, don't you trace your steps or chase no steps. Trace them and chase them towards directions of which you are not being called. You got a lot of people that are enamored by EFI, and they ran their punk asses over there. Oh, I'm going into EFI to connect with my ancestors. Wait a minute, hold that. Wait a minute. Who told you that? Because when the Orisha called for me, I was like, Orisha, what is that? But it wasn't my religion to pursue per se. You know, you just kind of got some people like myself that can kind of tap into a whole bunch of different things at the same time. Don't ask me why. And I had somebody that wanted my destiny. I'm like, you sure? Child, this shit was hard. You want to take the easy route or you want to take the hard? Like, listen, this was not easy, y'all. That's why I laugh so much, because I'm so glad that the Most High already knew that the plan for our lives was complete. You never needed to struggle. You ain't got to chase none of that. You just got to wait to see what you're supposed to do. So then I got called to voodoo, and I met a voodoo high priestess. Shout out to her. She probably watching. Child, that's a whole nother story. Oh, another day. Oh. And then I met one of the oldest Cuban babalaos in California. He was one of the oldest ones. He said, Ifa is not your religion. He said it to me in Spanish. He said, you have roots of voodoo. I'm like, yeah, I heard about that. I heard some stories growing up. You know, there's some things around my birth. A couple of witches kept coming to my mother saying, give me that baby. My mom was like, I'm not giving you my baby. Listen, that's a whole nother story on a whole nother day. When I tell y'all the day I was born, at the time I was born and how the numbers line up, I don't even tell people my birthday. Because for what? I've been born on every day up until now. Just know that I'm here to do it again. I am no special, but I'm kind of special. You know, I'm no special. I'm no more special than my beautiful reflection, which is my soul tribe. So I make light of the situation. I laugh a lot because I think about the way the enemy just set all these traps. And I'm like, man, I'm so glad the Most High woke me up. I'm so glad my higher self was like, if you don't get the hell away from these devils, I'm like, damn, is this real? You know, when you're waking up and you rubbing your eyes and you're like, oh my God, people really did this. Yeah. And then you start awakening these ancient secrets within you. So when somebody comes to you, they're like, yeah, my stomach hurts. You kind of know what to do. They're like, well, how do you know? You're like, well, I just kind of know. It's just kind of revealed to me, you know. It's like that. That is the going within. That is something you don't have to chase. You just got to go within. But a lot of people jumped on that bandwagon watching Beyonce, you know, and the Black Parade. That's her lineage. She is Creole. That's her lineage. She was born into that. She got it. She was dedicated to the spirits before she even came out her mama's womb. Her mama is Oya, big Capricorn energy, whole gatekeeper. Well, we're not going to go that deep. That's her bloodline. That's her lineage. But for you to go chasing after because it's enamoring to you, it's a danger zone. And this is what happened to these people. They sat up so much in this insecure energy, thinking that the Most High had forsaken them. They stayed asleep, knowing that most of what they were chasing wasn't real. They saw your energy and they got desperate. When you walk into the devil's office and you desperate and you'll do anything, it's a wrap. You might as well just go sign, seal, deliver, sign it on over and let that roll. That's just how it is. That's just what it is. So we'll get more into it. I know I went on a little bit of a tangent. Thank you for letting me be myself again. I love y'all. If it resonated, give it a thumbs up, a thumbs to the side, or a thumbs down, or a thumbs o'clock, whatever you want to do. I'll see you soon. Until then, peace be with you.